yes. So this, and then here let's say we have a series that is 1, then comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5, comma 6, comma 7, comma 8, comma 9. So we want to write a program that will uh, print actually something like this, that will print um, let's say that will print all the numbers from till 1 till 100. Okay, 1 till 100. Let's assume we want to write a program that will print 1 till 100. Now we can do that in that way. So we can write a simple print command, and in the print command we can write all the numbers that we want to print. Like that, we will have to mention all of the numbers and then it will print. Okay, so now let me, as we already mentioned, that all of the program that we will be writing, they will be starting with option explicit, so that it reminds us if there is any problem with the variable, if the variable is not declared. Now you can see that we want to print all the numbers. We want to print all the numbers numbers from 1 to 100. Okay, or you can say in that way, you can say like, this is the series that we want to print. Now you can see that if we mention it in that way, we will have to mention 1 till 100 and then it will be printing, but we are not really going to do this by writing them manually. What we are going to do, we are going to print that series by for loop. So if I say for loop, then let's say for I equal to 1 to how much I want to go, up to 100, and what is the step? The step will be 1. So the first number will be starting from 1, then for the next iteration it will make it like 1 plus 1, and then for the next iteration it will make it 2 plus 1. In that way it will move forward in that way. Now let's see here, if we want to print, let's say we give it in that way, print I. Now you will see, if I run this program, there will be an error. So if I run this program, so it is showing that variable I is undefined. So we already know what we should do. So we have used a variable here called I, but we didn't declare it. As we have used option explicit, then we will have to declare all the variable prior to use. So I am going to declare the variable, and then let me execute this program. Okay, so here if you look at the output here, you can see that it is printing from 1 2 3 4 5. It is printing this one from line number 4, and then from the for loop it is printing, it has started from 1 and then it is moving forward and it went up to 100. Sorry guys, let me just stop recording for a while. Sorry guys, sorry for the interruption. So here you can see from this line, actually from line number 4 it is printing 1 2 3 4 6 7, but we do not want that one. Actually this is not actually needed, so I'm going to remove it. So we want to print 1 from 1 to 100, but we want to print it like this: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 up to 100. Now let me run it again. If I run it again, you will see it will be printing 1 till 100. So now it has printed from 1 to 100. So let me do one thing. Let's say print all the numbers. Let's say print all the odd numbers, all the odd numbers from 1 to 100. So it will be 1 and then 3 and then 5 and then 7 and then 9. In that way it will go up to 100. So if I want to do that, you can see we are starting from 1 and then we are saying we are starting from 1, and what is the terminating point? It is 100. And then in between 3 and 1, if you subtract 1 from 3, what is the difference? It is 2. So step, so if you subtract 3, if you subtract 1 from 3, that is 3 minus 1, it is 2, right?
Yeah.
So step will be 2. Step will be 2. Now if I again execute this series, let's see how it goes. So it will be printing all the odd numbers for us. So as you can see here from this output, it has printed 1 3 5 7 9 11 13, right, 15. In that way it went up to 99. Okay, so let's see one thing here. Let's say I do not want to go to 100, I want to go to up to 10. So it will be printing all the odd numbers from 1, beginning from 1 and then up to 10, up to 10. Now let's see the reason. Yeah, anybody asking question?
No, Bhaiya.
Okay.
I was just thinking it will show up to 9. How is going to come to 10?
Actually, see, actually I am mentioning 10, but it will be going up to, you know, whatever is coming in the pipeline, whatever is coming in the line, it will be going up to that. So that's why let me give an explanation here how it actually works, then it will be easier for you guys. So I'm going to debug. Now let me execute it for the first time. So when it will be executed for the first time, you can see that it is starting from I equal to 1. So it is starting from I equal to 1 and then or equal to 10. So it is starting I equal to 1 and instantly it is comparing is 1 less than or equal to 10. So if 1 less than or equal to 10, then it will go inside line number 6 and then it will be printing the value of I. So if I go for the next line here, you can see it has come inside, but here I equal to the step amount with the initial value of I. So the initial value of I is 1 and the step is 2. So what it is going to do, you know, if I execute next line, so it is adding 2 with 1 and then it is comparing. So now the value is 3 and then it is comparing is 3 less than or equal to 10. So if I say is 3 less than or equal to 10, let's say, let me go to paint. So here if you write the first time what it did, it compare is 1 less than or equal to 10. So we know that 1 less than or equal to 10, it is true. So it went inside and printed that number. The next time what it is doing, it is now writing is 3 less than or equal to 10. Now we know that 3 is less than 10. So if I say less than or equal to 10, we know that 3 is less than 10, then condition is becoming true. So as the condition is becoming true, then if you go there to our example, now it is printing, the next time it is printing 3. Now next time when you will execute that next, that means we are saying okay, 3 part of 3 is done, come next. So what will be the next? Okay, so now what is the value of I is 3. Now if you say hey come next, the next is, if you add 2 with that 3, the next is that 5. So now for the next value it is making I equal to 5, and then it is comparing is 5 less than or equal to 10. Let's go there. Let's go to our let me close this. Let's go to our, let me close this one too, and then where is my print? Let me close this one too. Okay, this is my print. Now the number that came this time is 5 less than or equal to 10. Again this condition is true. So as this condition is true, then again it will come inside here, it will come and print the value of I. So now it has printed 5. Now if I say okay, what is the next in this series? Now the value of I is 5, and then it is adding another 2 with it. So if it add another 2 with it, it becomes 5 plus 2, 7. So then is 7 less than or equal to 10. So let me write the condition here, 7 less than or equal to 10. Again the condition is true. Then you go there and see here, now the value of I is 7 and it is going to print 7. Okay, now if we execute another next, so what is the value of I is 7. Now it will add another 2 with it, and then it becomes 9. So now let's write the condition 9 less than or equal to 9 less than or equal to 10. Again the condition is true. So let's go there and print it. Now if you take a look here, can you see the value of I is 9, and then if you execute one more time, it will add another 2 with that 9, and then it becomes 11. So 11, now when it goes for 11, see when it, let me print it, and now we are in line number next. So if I execute next, now the value of I is 9, and then if you add another 2, it becomes 11. So let's go to write the condition here, 11 less than or equal to 10. Now what is the condition? Now it is false. So if it is false, so it will go there and it will increase it to 11, but when it will compare, it will be failed. So it will not come over there. So instead it will be finished. So if I execute the next line, you can see that it didn't go any further. So it didn't go any further, and our execution is done. Now you can see for 1 the condition was true, for 3 the condition was true, for 5 the condition was true, for 7 the condition was true, for 9 condition was true, but for 11 condition is false, and that's why it didn't go inside the body of the for loop. It didn't go inside the body of for loop, and then it exited out from the loop. Now let me write it here, and wait statement wait one, so that I can show you when it is exiting out from the for loop. Okay, so at this point, do you have any question? Okay, I will assume you don't have any question. Now let me yeah, anybody want to ask any question? Okay, okay, all right. So let me execute it one more time with the same data. Now you can again we will be doing the same thing. So actually let me close everything, and then let me execute it. So in the beginning you can see the local variable I equal to 1, and then it is printing it. Next time it is printing 3, next time it is printing 5, 7, 9. Now when it exited out, if you look at your local variables, can you see it is 11? So when it reached 11, then when it was comparing is 11 less than or equal to 10, it got the condition false, and then it exited out. Okay, so this is how it works. Let's say let's execute it. If you want, you can take a number from input. Okay, let's say declare a variable here, input int input, and then you say int input equal to input box, and then input a number. Okay, and then this number, again whatever you receive from input, it becomes a string. So we want to convert it to integer, so I'm telling cint to convert it to integer, and then here I'm giving another bracket, so that we are good with it. You already know what it is doing. Now instead of using 10, I want to use that input number, and I want to place it here. Okay, so let's say, now let's see how it works. So from 1 to, we are saying from 1 to n, we do not know what is the value of n, so that means the last number in the series is unknown. So if I want to execute this one, you will see it will be asking for us a number. Let's say we give 199 instead of giving a small number, and then click OK. Now let's see, if I remove the breakpoint here. So can anybody tell me when the loop will be terminated, what will be the value of I? Can anyone tell me? The question is, now we have input input equal to 199. So when the loop will be terminated, what will be the value of int input? I mean, what will be the value of I?
Until 199. Yeah, go ahead.
Are you sure it will be?
You execute until 199.
So when it will be exited, remember when we gave 10, when it last time when it did, if you take a look here, when it did,
It went to 11.
it went to 11, right? So that means the last value it is printing 9, and after that it added another 2. When it become 11, then it exited out, right? So if you take a look here, so it will
But
be,
isn't it then result will be false? It's not going to be true then.
No, it's 100. It's not that it is nothing. Like 211. It's gonna go up to 211, and then it will be 201 actually, and
Yeah,
then 201. So the loop will run up to 199. That's it.
yes. So you are right. So the way it will do, let's say it will be printing 1, and then it will be printing 3, then 5, then 7, okay, and 11, and after 11 it is 13, 15, then in that way it will go to 99, and then it will go to 101, and then in the same way it will go to 151, then it will go to 181, like it will cover all the numbers in between, then it will go to 191. In the similar way it will be going to 199. When it printed 199, next time the value will be 201. So then it will be comparing 200, and let me do one thing, let me sure.
One more question.
Mhm.
You asked me this, what's the value of I? So how much the value of I is right now?
Right now
Yeah.
it is empty because we didn't started the loop. So when I execute for the first time, it is 1, and then it is printing 1. Next time it is the value of I equal to 3, and then it is printing 3, and the next time the value of I will be 5, it is printing 5, right?
So, yeah, I have a question. My thinking was it will go 199 and then it will stop because it's like now if it goes like 201 and 2 more number, isn't it then it will be when I run the script, it will show me pass or fail.
See what? So it will go 199, that is true, but
Okay.
in for loop actually we are not printing the condition that it is true or false. We are not printing true or false. So what we are doing, if it is false, we are not printing it. What we are doing, we are exiting out. If the condition is false here, we are exiting out from the for loop.
Okay.
Okay, see here, if I keep doing it, it will be printing 1 by 1, 11, 13, 15, 17, in that way, right? Can you see? Every time it prints like all the odd numbers in sequence, right? Can you see? It is printing. Now it will be keep printing, actually seems like, okay, so it will be keep printing, right? Now if you take a look here, what is the value of I now? 101, right? So you have seen that it has printed 101. So next time, hello, who joined?
It's Tahmina Bhaiya.
Hello,
Sorry
Tahmina.
for the delay.
No problem. How are you? All right. So take a look here. It is printing, and as we have, what is the termination point? If you take a look, our termination point is this one. Our termination point is 199, and then it will be keep printing. So it is increasing and printing. So let's say, what is the value of input? 100. What is the value of I? 141. So when I will be executing next, the value will be 143, and then is 143 less than, is over there, if you go there, is 143 less than or equal to 199. This is true. So then in the same way it will be printing that number. Okay, now let me do one thing. It printed up to 147, so let me execute this time. Now can you see it has exited out from the for loop? So when it exited out, in the meantime it has printed 199, and if you take it to your local variables, can you see the value of I is 201. So when the value of I reached 201, then it was, when it was comparing here, is 201 less than or equal to 199. 199 is our termination point, right? So the summary here in for loop, each time it is going inside the for loop, each time it is going inside the for loop, it is comparing the value of the iterator. This is the iterator. It is comparing the value of iterator with this termination point, and each time it is going inside the loop, it is increasing that I by that stepping value. Okay, now any questions so far? So I guess no question, but let me do one other example. So I want to do another example with all the odd even numbers. Okay, so this is for the odd numbers, but let me do it for even numbers. Okay, even numbers from 1 to n, even numbers from 1 to n. So again let me do one thing. So can you see, when you want to print even numbers, what is the point you will starting? You will be starting from what? From 1 or 2?
2.
1, 2, 1, 4, 1, 6, whatever.
So it will, the
It will
initial,
start from 1. It will start from 2, so like
it will be
it's even number.
yeah, it will be starting from 2, because
Yeah.
we want to generate our series like 2, 4, 6, 10, 6, 8, 10, 12, like that, right? So we are starting with 2. The first time it will be printing 2, and then it will be printing 2 plus 2, 4, then it will be printing 4 plus 2, 6, in that way. So now
So which number will determine it will start 2? Okay. It says 4, iterate 1 to input step 2. So you tell me last time, like if you don't, if you want to write down, you can write. If you want, you don't have to.
okay,
If I thought everything will start with 1.
see what here, when you are giving a termination point, the thing is, let's say when you are giving a termination point, your termination point, it doesn't matter, it will be bringing all the numbers from the series, but the beginning, the type of the series will be determined by that beginning number. So if you want to print all the even numbers, let's say from 2 to n, you will have to start
If
from
you
2.
write step, if you write step 2, then it will tell you like 4, 6. Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
so if you start from 1, then it is going like 1, 3, 5. If you start from 2, then it is going like 2, 4, 6, like that. Okay. Mhm.
Before do that, I put in the 1.
Mhm.
Just write it in 3. So
Mhm.
it can come out on 1 to 4.
Yeah, 1, 4, 7, like that.
Yeah.
You are right.
We'll do that too, huh?
Yeah, you can. We will do that too. Let me finish this one, and then we'll do a series like that. So if I execute this one, let's say we give the termination point is 12. Okay, so we gave 12. Can you see it has printed 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So it started from 2 and then it printed up to 12. But what was our terminating point? Our terminating point was 12. Can you see this is our terminating point, and this is the value that we inputted, and when it exited out from for loop, can you see the value of I is 14. So last time when it was comparing, the condition becomes 14 less than or equal to 12, and then it found that the condition is true, false, and then it exited out from the for loop. But in the meantime we have our purpose done, right? Any question?
Yeah, so why come is 14?
The 14 is for the 4. See the
one more question. Why is coming to 14 and why not finish at 12? Because our transition point is 12. So we can, why not finish at 12?
okay. See, the way it works, our termination point is 12. See, it has printed up to 12. It didn't print at 14. Did it print at 14?
No.
The 14 is not printed. So the way for loop works, so you can see that it was coming to line number 8 and then it was going back to line number 7, coming to line number 8 and then going back to line number 7, right? So that is why we are calling it as a loop. Loop means moving circularly, keep moving and until, let's say I say Mahfuz bhai, you do circle around your home until you finish 10 times. Okay, so you are counting. Okay, you did first time, you did second time, you did third time, you did fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, seventh time, eighth time, ninth time, 10 time. And then when you go for the next one, then you say, oh, I supposed to do 10, but if I do the next one it will be 11.
Yeah.
You got it? So the condition is, I told you circle around your house for 10 times. Then you start circling first time, second time, third time, fourth time, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. And after doing 10th, when you about to start the 11th circle, that you thought, oh, my termination point is 10 because I supposed to do 10. Then you didn't started the circle 11. So that is what we are doing here. Here we have printed 2, 4, 6 up to 12, and then we are about to print 14, but then when we are comparing here, is 14 less than or equal to termination point, is 14 less than or equal to 12, then we saw the condition become false, then we didn't print it.
Yeah.
We, instead of printing, we exited out from the for loop.
Yeah.
Is it clear now?
Yeah. So
Okay.
always the change is over one number. Huh?
It depends on your step. It depends on your step. If you give step equal to 4, then let's give a step equal to 4. Okay, so let's say this time we want to print this series. Let's say print 4 and then 8 and then 12. In the same way we want to go up to 20. Okay, so can you see, if you subtract 4 from 8, that means 8 minus 4, what is the difference? 4. So you will give step equal to 4. Okay, and now we know our termination point is fixed. What is the termination point? 20. We didn't mention that go up to n. Instead of n, we said go up to 20. So we do not need this line. We do not need to take anything from input, and we will write our termination point here. Okay, now let me execute it. So let's say what is our starting point again?
4.
4, but we have mentioned it wrong here. So what I am going to do, I am going to mention it properly. So our starting point is 4 and our terminating point is 20. So let me execute it. Okay, now can you see if your local variables, your I equal to 4. So now we are printing 4. So if I say bring the next number from the shelf, what is the next number from the shelf? The number will be 4. You will be adding another 4 with that initial 4. So if you add another 4 with that initial 4, because you have step 4, the next number in the shelf will be, if you go to your local variables, it will be 8. So then it is printing 8. And then if I say bring the next number from the shelf, so then if the currently the value of I is 8, and if you want to bring the next number from the shelf, you will have to add that 4 with that 8, so it will be 12. So now it will be printing 12, right? And then now our next number is 16. Okay, so it is printing 16. Now if you go to your local variables, how much is the local variable? 16, right? So if you say bring the next number, it will be 20, right?
Yes.
Right. So now let's go there. If you say it is 20, if we write the condition here, now what is the value of the iterator? 20. What is the value of the termination point? 20. So 20 less than or equal to 20. Is it true or false?
True.
It is true. So it is true. So it will be printing that 20 as well. So if you go there, see here, it is now the value of I 20 and it came inside line number 7. So when the condition is true, then it is coming inside the body of the loop. So this is the body. Whatever you have in between 4 and next line number 7, or if you have multiple lines, that one will be body of the for loop. So now it has printed 20. So now if you execute next, we are still saying next, right? So even though we reach 20, but we are saying next. So when you are saying next, then what is the number in that series? Now the value of I is 20. Now if you say next, it will be 24, right? But when it becomes 24, then if you compare 24 less than or equal to 20, then it becomes false. So why we are comparing with 20? Because 20 is our termination point, right? Because 20 is this is the termination point in the for loop. Okay, so now if you execute this next, you can see it is not going inside the body of the for loop. Instead, you can see the I equal to 24. It has increased the iterator, but it didn't printed it. It printed only up to 20, and our program is done. Any question? Right.
Clear. Yeah.
Clear?
This is clear.
Okay. So still, if you have question, definitely we're gonna. It is an important topics. We're gonna discuss it in our class on Sunday. But what I want from you guys, if you can do this series, that will be really helpful for you, and it will make your understanding clear on for loop. And what I want, you loop it in the way that I described here. So the series that I want is 12, 24, and then 36, and then 48. So in that way, we want to print up to 132, or let's say 120. Okay, so this will be one of your homework. This will be one of your homework, and then I want to give you another homework. let's say you want to print a series that will be printing 100 and then 200 and then 400, right? And then actually it will be 300, right? 300 and then 400 and then it will be printing up to 100,000. It will be printing up to 100,000. Anybody has question how you will do that?
No.
So you will be doing, your starting point will be 100, you will be placing 100 here, your termination point will be 100,000, you will be placing 100,000 here. After 2 is the termination point, so this is your termination point. And what is the increment decrement? It is, if you subtract 200 minus 100, your step will be 100. Okay, you will be doing it in that way. Then let me give you another homework that will be printing, let's say it will be printing 360 and then it will be printing actually 365 and then it will be printing 357, actually 358 and then it will be printing 351. In that way it will go up to, let's say termination point will be 0. So before I give you that hard example, let me give you another easy example. Let's say you want to print a series from 40 and then 35 and then 30 and then 25. In that way it will be coming up to 5. How will you do that?
I need to study 5.
Start from 5.
Yeah.
So if you start from 5, it will be printing 5, 10, 15, 20 in that way. But I want it to be printed 40, 35, 30 from the. So how will you do that?
I think that is
So we can do that like for I equal to 40 from 5.
yeah.
You are right. You are right. So how you will be doing it? Let's say
Uh,
you will be doing it. So what is the starting point? This is the starting point. Okay.
40.
So your starting point is 40 and then your termination point is 5. Okay, your termination point is 5. What is your step?
5. 5.
Step 5.
So if you subtract, when you are printing 4, 8, 12, 20, you are subtracting 8 minus 4. 8 minus 4. So when you are printing this series, what will be? 35 minus 40. So what will be the result?
5.
Is it 5?
Minus 5.
Yes.
35.
Yes. So if you subtract, let's say if you subtract 8 minus 4, then it is 4. That's why in the first example, if you take a look here, in the first example you subtract the second number from the first number. Okay, oh, you subtract the first number from the second number, that means 8 minus 4. Here the second number is 35. Okay, so 35 minus 40. So if you do 35 minus 40, then it brings what? It brings minus 5. So your step will be here, your step will be minus 5. So let's do that.
So this and loop will be going backward.
Backward, yeah, it will be starting from the bigger number and it will be subtracting. So let me do a quick execution on this, then it will be understandable to you. Okay, can you see now the value local variables, the value of I is 40, and then if you execute it, it is printing that 40. Next time, so it's supposed to subtract 5 from 40. So can you see now the value of I is 35? It is 35, and this time it should be 30, because each time it is executing the loop, it is subtracting the value of I by 5. So in that way it will be printing all the numbers from this series. Okay, is it clear, or you want me to do another example for the minus? Are you okay, or you want me to do another example with minus?
Yeah, for me it's pretty clear.
Clear? Okay, let me do another example. What I'm going to do this time, let's say we want to print 100, and then we want to do 90, and then we want to do 80, and then we want to do 70, and our termination point we want it 30. Okay, so what is the starting point? 10. The starting 100. The starting point is 100. What is the termination point? Yeah, any question? Okay,
Termination point will be 30.
30, yes. So termination point will be 30, and what is the increment decrement?
Yes, will be minus 10. Minus 10.
Minus 10, exactly. So now if I execute it, okay, so it should print from 100 to 70, like 100, 90, 80, in that way. Now take a look here. So when you are executing for the first time, can you see it is printing 100. Now if you take a look at your local variables, it is 100. So if I ask it bring the next number, then it will be subtracting 10 from 100. So if it subtract 10 from 100, the next number is 90. Okay, so now it is printing 90. Now if I say bring the next number, so again it will be subtracting 10 from 90, so it is printing 80. Now if I say bring the next number, what is the current value of I? Is 80. So if you subtract 10 from 80, it becomes 70. So then it is printing 70. Now the value of I is 70. So if I say bring the next number, 70 minus 10, it will be 60. And then it is comparing, is 60 less than, is it less than? So it will go up to how much? Up to 30. Okay, so now again 60 is, if it need to reach 30, as it is decreasing, so it is still greater than 30, 60, so it will be going inside. Okay, now it is printing 60, then it will be printing 50, then it will be printing 40, and then after it printed 40, now can you see our local variables is 30. Now if you take another 10 away, it becomes 20. Okay, now we supposed to go up to 30, not smaller than 30. So what it will do, it will be exiting out. Can you see I equal to 20? When it reach I equal to 20, when it compared, it saw that it already printed up to 30. Now if it print one more time, it will be going out of scope. So that's why it is not going to print anything, so it is stopping on that point. Any more example needed, or if you have any question? Alright, so it seems like you do not have any question, but still we will be wrap up this session here. If you have any question, definitely we're gonna answer those questions during our Sunday's class. But take a look. If you can complete these examples here.
Are you upload the video to your page or no?
Which video?
Like this, that's the class video, this one or no?
This one, it seems like there were a lot of noise, so
No problem.
yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm not uploading this one.
Okay, fine. This is Nafisa.
Mhm.
Question, because these are like really short screens. Do you want us to write down individual, save it in individual file, or just do it like in one file and separate the Excel? How would you like to?
So if you wanted to do it in action, you can do it in action.
Okay, thank you. Another question is like, okay, it just for looping, we did like, jumping higher numbers and it's obviously positive, adding positive and then going lower, obviously negative number. What else we can do? Just positive, negative number, that's it? Anything else we can do in loop also? There are more things?
There are many things that you can do using for loop. Let's say I gave you, let me give you an example. Let's say I gave you a sentence, okay? I gave you a sentence, let's say I am a human being, okay? And I ask you, can you print each of the letter, not the sentence. I want you, in this sentence, can you print all the letters one by one? So I want it in that way. So when you are printing, I want it to be printed like that. I, and then there is a space. For the space I want to print it, and then M, and then space, Q, man, space, okay, B, E, I, N, G. So you can print it in that way using for loop, okay? So we will discuss. There are a lot of things. I'm just trying to give you an idea like how for loop works, and then once we are clear about the for loop, then we will do some practical example like in testing where we use for loop. Why do we need for loop? See, these conditions that we have discussed, this for loop that we are discussing, if you do not know this for loop, actually you are not doing automation. So it is a mandatory part. You will have to understand for loop, how it works.
Okay, thank you, Damodaran.
Okay, sure. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you a question. Probably I will give you a couple of example to finish in the class. So what you do, you go through actually whatever we practice today. You practice it in your home, and then so that you can answer my question in the class. And then if you have any question, we'll be answering your question, and then we'll be move forward with further discussion on looping and conditions.
Okay, it will help.
That's fine.
Screen, would you please kindly just put the previous screen if anyone wants to take a screen picture or something, the homework question.
Okay, sure. So this is
I have a question.
Go ahead.
আপনি বলছেন যে ভিডিওটা আপলোড করবেন না, কিন্তু আমার প্রথমে আমার জন্য এটা একটু দরকার আছে, কারণ আমি তো কাজ করে স্টার্ট করেছি, মাঝখানে ছিলাম না, তো আমার একটু সময় লাগবে একটু, এই জন্য আপনি কি চাইলে পোস্ট করতে পারেন, আপলোড করতে পারেন?
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the noise from the video. I'll try to remove as much noise as possible, and then
No, it's fine. As long as আমি একটু দেখতে পারলেও আমার হবে অত মানে
I can remove the total audio, but what I'm going to do, I'm not going to remove total audio. I'm going to remove where there are noise. I'm going to remove noise audio from there as much as possible, and then I will upload it.
Someone writes,
Mhm.
someone writes, I have the copy, if anybody wants, like, I can see it personally, but, my recorder is like, it says every 10 minutes, 10 minutes, but I have, I was recording. So I have it for myself, so, like, Chunki Appa, if you want me to send you, I will be able to do that too.
thank you.
All right, Nafisa Babi, thank you for your kind offer, but in the meantime, I will edit that video and remove those noise, and I will be uploading this one too.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So, does anyone have any question, concern, or anything?
So our question that way we can email to you, right?
What I'm going to do, I'm going to record it, and then I will email. I will be uploading it in our site here, in this page. Normally, all of our video, what we did so far, all the classes are in this page. So if you go to this UFT tutorials, in that site I will send you that link. So all the videos are there. If you want to follow it from there, you can follow. All the videos are there.
Yeah, I will start doing that, and at the same time, if I have a question, I can email to you, right?
Sure, you can email to me.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So I think all of the topics that I wanted to discuss, I was not really able to discuss all of them. So I'll keep them for our Sundays class. And thank you again for joining. We'll see you in Sundays class. But in the meantime, if you have any question, shoot me an email and let me know that if you have any question. Thank you again for joining.
Thank you very much. You have a good day. Thank you.
You too. Bye bye.
Good night.